Hi guys, Jenny here and I'm back with another 12 by 12 process video for you today. Now disregard those photos because I don't end up using them. But this was for the Kitaholic Kits design team using the August kit, and I've cut a couple of the exclusive cut files that I designed for August, and there are a couple of banners and there's a title that says Weekend Vibes. Now I don't end up using the Weekend Vibes, but yeah, we'll go through that anyway. So the photo ends up being a photo of Edison on one of the little mini trains at the Esplanade in Palmerston. We go there every now and then. She loves taking the little mini train. So that's the photo that I end up using. So my original idea was to use this highly swapped pattern paper as my background paper. I liked the pink and peachy coloured stripes, but I end up switching it up later on. So I'm going to decide what colours I want to put behind my banners. The aim of this is to kind of use up those little triangle banner pieces that are on the 12 by 12 Oasis chipboard. So I'm going to stick to pretty much 3 colours, pink and yellow, for all of the triangles on the cut file banners. So I'm just going to go through and start backing the cut file now. So pretty simple process. Stick it on. It's a super easy shape to cut out, but I will tell you that none of the triangles are the same shape, so you have to do each one separately. Anyway, so again, yep, just gluing it on and trimming around it. It's not hard. It's a pretty quick process. Didn't take me long. And yes, I'm in my fluffy dressing gown, scrapbooking late at night. Yeah, can't get away from that at the moment, I'm afraid. So I'm adding yellow now, and then I will add my 4th colour is going to be the pink with the yellow arrows on it. And then I will repeat the same process again for all the colours. So just sticking, gluing and cutting. Radio will skip 2, and they are both all done now. So I'm feeling like it's a bit too pinky pink, so I'm going to change up my background. And I love this paper. It's just gorgeous. I don't know what it is. I think it might be the colours and the gorgeous kind of faux background, but it's just pretty. Just gorgeous. Okay, so I've trimmed that banner. I want to kind of make a big kind of whole feeling of banners strewn across the page. So here I am, thinking I'm going to add those triangles from the chipboard sheet underneath, but I start doing it and find that I actually don't like it. Those triangles are kind of everything's getting lost on the background. It's beautiful paper, but it's very busy. Too hard to use as an entire background for me anyway. So I kind of persevere for a little bit, thinking maybe if I add more I can get it to work. But it doesn't look right. Those triangles, I feel like they need to kind of stand on their own. So I thought maybe if I put them on top. But no. I don't particularly like that either. I'm thinking for a long time, aren't I? Right, here we go. Change up the background. Let's try something a bit more neutral. So I've pulled out this lovely kind of whitewashed wood grain paper. And here we go, it's stuck. And I thought about matting it on this crepe paper piece and having those chipboard triangles hanging on their own just to bring more colour onto the page, and I end up going with that design. I really like that look. So here we go, I'm just going to pop them all into place. Takes a wee while, but I'm quite pleased I used up all of those little triangle banner shapes, so that's a win. I'm just going to scatter them around the page. No rhyme or reason and what colours I'm choosing. I'm just trying to get a good sporadic use of the large and the small. And I think there were a few left, so I decided I should use them, and I do end up making another banner. So here's my different photo. This is Eddie in the train. She looks super cute. So I'm going to scrap that. Okay, just shuffling things around a bit. I want to get those last few triangles onto the page, but I want it to look even. So I've got 3 banners of my cut file and 3 of the chipboard, so that's fine with me. So I'm going to cut that branding strip off, and I'm going to gut this paper because I don't want to waste it. It's too pretty to waste. So I'm just going to leave at least 1.5 inches, maybe even 2 inches. I'm not measuring it, but just cutting a good chunk of that paper out from the centre. And then I'm going to trim 1 inch off 2 of the sides from this wood grain paper, and that'll leave me a 1/2 inch border of the other pattern paper around the edge. So I'll cut the branding strip off and then cut 1 inch off, so just so it's square. Okay, so put that back in place, and I like that, so I'm going to glue it down. So I just use my ATG caution, but tongue-tied today. And then I'll use glue for the rest, because I don't want to move those banners too much. Okay, so that's all done. So I'm just going to put them back in place, the ones that have moved. And for the cut files, I'm going to pop them up on a bit of chipboard, just a little square of, not chipboard, foam, underneath each of those triangles, just to give it dimension. And these are kind of the main things that I use on the page. Just the chipboard. Really, I do use a few die cut pieces, but I love cut files like this that you can kind of coordinate bits and pieces, like these triangle banners, and they really fill up the page and do the work for you. So, yeah, okay, again, with the foam behind all the banners. Okay, so they're both all done now. So everything's in place. I'm going to glue them down. Just putting glue behind each of those little squares of foam. And pressing my cut file down. Make sure it's going to stick. And I wasn't certain whether I was going to leave that photo there. So the 3 triangles that are on top of the photo, I haven't put glue behind yet. Okay, so I'm going to go and glue all of these chipboard triangles down in place. And we're all done. Okay, so I wanted to map my photo on something. It's got a white border around it, but I wanted to bring a bit of colour behind it. So I decided to do a pink and yellow as my first layer. And then my second layer, I'll flip that pattern paper over and use a bit of that pattern paper that's on the frame of the layout. And that's just kind of repeating that pattern behind the photo. And I apologise if you can hear birds chirping. It's quite a warm day today, so I've got the windows open and the outside in the trees. Yeah, okay, so I do decide to put my photo underneath that banner. Just felt quite at home there. And I'm going to glue it down. I don't normally glue my photo down because you will see later on that I have to end up peeling it up to put die cuts under it, but that's okay. Lesson learned. I will not do that again. Okay, so there were 3 little gold hearts on the chipboard sheet, and I thought about bringing them in. So I'm going to put 1 in each of those banners on the cut files, just in the open spots. And I'm going to start sifting through the die cut pack now. Just pulling out bits and pieces. I did contemplate the word fun, but the colours weren't quite doing it for me. They were too blue, and I wanted a bit more pink or green or yellow. I did find this large piece, yellow piece, that has Monday to Sunday on it, and I thought that was quite good. It kind of reminded me of a ticket, and we get little tickets when we go on the little mini train. So I try to tuck that in there and realise there's my problem. I have to peel up my photo, and the glue has dried, so that was fun. But I get there in the end, tucking it under. There we go. Just to add a pop of colour and a bit of interest behind that photo. The little viewfinder piece. And I didn't like the idea of that. I thought I might be able to make it work, but no, it doesn't get on the page. A couple of labels I pull out from the exclusive die cut pack just to bring a bit of colour to the left hand side. I wanted something small, and so I've layered them on top of each other, and then I've got a home for my date as well. this little die cut piece that says adventure awaits or something like that. I'm sorry, it's a bit small for me to always choose adventure. It's quite small on the screen. Okay, I like that, so I'm going to glue them down. Just put a bit of glue behind those exclusive die cuts. And I will glue down the rest of those banners. Okay, a bit of gold twine behind my little tag. And I'm going to loop it around and just staple it down with my tiny attacher. And my tiny attacher doesn't work, so I've got to whack it on the desk to get it to work. Yeah, anyway. Rightio, so I'm going to glue those chipboard hearts down because I am happy with them. And that brings in 3 little spots of interest as well. Now these little butterfly die cut, I didn't want to tuck it in or anything. The butterflies are too pretty to kind of hide away. So I'm going to fussy cut them out and have 2 of them on the page. So I pop one down the bottom left and that kind of finishes off that random end of that banner. And the other one over by the die cut little cluster I've got behind my photo. A little elephant, because why not? When you go on the little mini train at the Esplanade, you go through all these trees and it's kind of like a jungle almost. It's really fun to go on. So I felt like the elephant might be quite fitting for the page. A little chipboard piece that says current mood, and I thought that might kind of set off my title, but it's getting pushed around the page a bit. It does eventually find a home because I wanted to use this word happy from the puffy sticker thickers. So the title's going to be current mood, happy. Yeah, so I'm just trying to find a place where it looks good. And then I saw that blue ticket on the chipboard sheet and thought I must put it on, but it was a bit too blue for the page. There's not a lot of other blue going on. So there we go. I really want to get that happy down the bottom. It looks at home there because it's kind of underlined. So I feel like it can kind of stand on its own. And yeah, finally made a decision that current mood is going to replace the butterfly, and the other butterfly is going to go up the top and the other one down the bottom of that banner. So I've just popped a little bit of adhesive foam underneath the wings so the butterflies stay propped up. And I'm going to put glue in the centre and just stick them down. Bit of glue behind my elephant and glue behind that, and then I'll put glue behind the word happy as well just to make sure that sticks down. I really like this layout. It's really bright and bold and pretty, and the colours are just gorgeous. Yeah, so I'm happy with this one. Super happy. Okay. A few little splatters lastly of some gold Liquitex acrylic ink. Just kind of scattering them around the page just to break up the solid nature of the background paper. And then I will trim off those little bits that are overhanging the edge of the page, just on the banners and a little chipboard triangle. And that'll be it for my layout. So I hope you enjoyed the process. As always, there are links to the Kitaholic Kits shop and Facebook group in the description box below. But until next time, bye guys.